best businesses and tells you about upcoming buzz. Preset your radio to TAN Talk 1340 AM or 106.1 FM every Thursday from 4 to 5. That is the Be Local Buzz with Devin on TAN Talk 1340 AM and 106 FM every Thursday from 4 to 5. Looking forward to speaking with you.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
It's time for the Kelly Kelly Show on the TAN Talk Radio Network with your hosts Kelly Kelly and Doug Kelly. Kelly is an award-winning photographer and travel writer, as well as the publisher of the popular ColorfulClearwater.com blog. And Doug is the author of 3 published books and a contributing editor for Florida Sportsman magazine. Now, here they are.
You know, when people are told from out of our area about Tampa Bay, the actual definition of that is a body of water between, off of west of Tampa and on the other side of Pinellas County. But all of us locals, if you could call it that, know that Tampa Bay actually refers to the 4-county area of Pinellas, Hillsborough, Pasco, and Manatee counties. My dad was born and raised in Tampa. And when I was a kid, we vacationed every year at Indian Rocks Beach, stayed at the Sun King Apartments, which is still there in some sort of form, which was next to a pier that has since been blown away. And across the street was Tiki Gardens. We would spend 2 weeks there every summer. Fantastic. Got to know the area a little bit. On other occasions, we visited Tampa to see my dad's sister and cousins, and there's lots of fun memories. Needless to say, things have changed greatly since then in terms of growth. The population has doubled and tripled and quadrupled. St. Pete used to be a sleepy retirement town. Now it's full of commerce and chic clubs and lounges. And you got cities like Safety Harbor, Tarpon Springs, Dunedin, all have their own special ambiance and character. Clearwater has emerged from being a nondescript little town to a bustling national attraction due to its beach and more growth scheduled ahead. Right?
Yep. And Pinellas County is the 7th largest in population of the 67 counties in Florida. And our first guest today will give us a view on the challenges that lie ahead for Pinellas.
How's that for a segue for our first guest? So much is going on, especially in Clearwater, with Imagine Clearwater opening in June. We'll talk a little bit about that, and we'll talk about other things happening because our next guest is a county commissioner, and his purview extends way beyond Clearwater. It's the whole Pinellas County.
Absolutely. So these pages,
as we know, spring break is here.
Okay, there we go.
And it means roads are jam-packed and restaurants are full. So be very careful and be patient.
Yeah, Doug.
Advice I need to take myself.
Doug is not the most patient driver.
I'm not.
Matter of fact, traffic does not bother me at all.
Yeah.
But for you, it's a different story.
It does. I want to say something before we get to our first break and then our first guest. Our friend Ray Ferrara and others are hosting an Alzheimer's Association gala to raise funds and awareness of this heart-wrenching disease. It takes place on the evening of Friday, April 28th at the Vinoy in St. Pete. For information on how to participate or donate, go to GivesMart.com, or you can email us, be a lot simpler, at the KellyKellyShow.com, KellyKellyShow@gmail.com, and we'll send you the email address if you don't have something to write down right now. Again, that's the Kelly Kelly Show, just Kelly Kelly Show @gmail.com. And my mother died from Alzheimer's, so it strikes really home to me.
I think you're getting it too.
Yeah, some would say.
I think I'm getting it too.
Some would say.
Anyway, yeah, it's a horrible disease. Yeah. So if I can get this mouse to work, I'll type it in the comment section here. So,
yes.
Yes, our guest was going to say something back a while ago.
He was?
Do you remember what it was? No.
Okay.
We
have to introduce him first.
All right. Well, okay.
All right.
We'll be back in a few moments. But first, see if you know the answer to this. Of the 67 counties in Florida, which is the most densely populated? The answer right after this.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
In 1955, the law firm now known as Perenick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes made a decision. Instead of taking whatever cases came through their doors, they decided to focus specifically on personal injury. 64 years later, the law firm is one of Clearwater's longest-running personal injury firms. Available 24 hours a day with offices in Clearwater and throughout Tampa Bay, they're ready to put decades of experience to work for you if you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or injured due to someone's negligence or recklessness. If you feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or unsure about your next steps after being involved in an accident or after a loved one sustained serious injuries due to someone else's negligence, call Perenick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes at 727-796-8282 or online at usalaw.com. That's 727-796-8282 or online at usalaw.com. Non-attorney spokesman.
Shop the largest selection of Guy Harvey apparel, artwork, and gift items at GuyHarvey.com. From the world-renowned marine wildlife artist, the Guy Harvey online shop features the latest in performance apparel, classic Guy Harvey t-shirts, decor for every room in your home, exquisite ocean-inspired jewelry, and unique gift items, including custom merchandise not available anyplace else. Browse an extensive catalog of original Guy Harvey works of art and a full range of beautiful reproductions. As with all Guy Harvey merchandise, a percentage of sales benefits the ocean conservation, research, and education work of the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation. The Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation will help ensure that future generations can enjoy and benefit from a well-balanced ocean ecosystem. Bring the undersea world into your everyday life at GuyHarvey.com.
Do you know what a truly special blog is? It's a website that's rated as one of the best in Florida, chock full of fantastic articles, humor, videos, and hundreds of cool pictures. So what blog is creating all that buzz? It's ColorfulClearwater.com, a blog on the internet created by Kelly Kelly. In only its second year, ColorfulClearwater.com is gaining in popularity every day due to its original writing and original videos and photography. It's updated several times per week with fresh content and includes everything about the color, culture, and vibrancy of Clearwater's citizens and businesses. Even though it covers just one city in Florida, ColorfulClearwater.com nonetheless is already outperforming blogs promoting tourist destinations and major sports teams. Hey, see for yourself. Give a visit to ColorfulClearwater.com and make it your source of enlightening insights and entertainment. That's ColorfulClearwater.com.
Ask any successful entrepreneur. They'll tell you that the fundamental way to grow a business is through strategic connections. Relationships drive business. Forming a solid network of reliable contacts is essential to your growth. And there's no better way to get connected in Clearwater than through membership in Amplify Clearwater, your Chamber of Commerce for Clearwater and Clearwater Beach. Amplify Clearwater is your first level of support. Membership affords you the opportunity to meet like-minded business owners you otherwise wouldn't have met. You'll be able to collaborate, network, support, bond, and do business with each other. Interested? Then visit amplifyclearwater.com. There you'll find all the information you need to make an informed decision and start the membership application process. Amplify Clearwater. One community, one chamber, one vision. Join today at amplifyclearwater.com.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Well, thanks for being with us on the Kelly Kelly Show. I'm Doug Kelly with my wife, co-host, and better three-quarters, as I always put it, Kelly Kelly. And before the break, Kelly asked, of the 67 counties in Florida, which is the most densely populated? And if you were listening to my start of the show, you would know that that answer is Pinellas.
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 It's been that way since like 1999 or before.
Yeah. Pinellas, and I believe it's the meaning of it is Pinellas is a Spanish word, and it was a point, Pagunta Point or something in Pine. Anyway, the whole
Punta Pinal.
Punta Pinal. Yeah,
Point of Pines.
Point of Pines.
It was discovered in 1528.
There you go. Very
Yeah.
good. All right, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's bring in our first
our
guest.
first guest is Chris Latvala. He's been connected to Pinellas his entire life. He was born in Dunedin and attended the University of Central Florida. And after graduation, he moved back to the Tampa Bay area and has lived and worked in Pinellas County for 14 years.
He served Clearwater and Largo in the Florida House from 2014 to 2022. And he passed landmark legislation that provided raises for teachers, supported the rights of students and parents, as well as a lot of protections for minors. He's a strong advocate for law enforcement and received the Florida State Fraternal Order of Police Lifetime Achievement Award. That's no small accomplishment.
Commissioner Chris Latvala, it's nice having you back on the Kelly Kelly Show.
Thank you very much for having me.
And I understand congratulations are in order.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
What is the big news?
Well, after 41 years, I figured it was the appropriate time to finally get engaged. And so I did that over the weekend.
And it was
before
a big rock.
the Rays game.
That's awesome. Nice.
She's a big, her name's Bianca. She's a big, we're both big baseball fans. And so I wanted to do it around a baseball theme. So I didn't do it at the game. I thought about being like the guy last week who ran out onto the field and proposed and then got tackled by the security guards. But I didn't do that. But I did it right before the game.
Yeah. I think that was a smart move. You know, I think I've heard too before that women really don't like it when there's a giant spectacle made.
Right.
It's less private and personal. What do you think, Ed? Would you get down on your knees and propose to a fine lady?
God forbid she's not as confident as you are in getting in her. You got to take that risk, you know?
I hear you.
But I did do it on April Fool's Day, so her response was, "Are you serious?"
Yeah. I would have waited a week just to be sure.
Well, you've got a great heritage also. We should not fail to mention in politics locally. Tell us about your family and all the service they've done for
Well,
the
my
state.
dad was a former college Republican colleague of yours.
Yes, he was.
Jack, who served in the Florida Senate. And every time y'all get together, I enjoy hearing old stories about y'all's time in college Republicans together. But he's worked in politics and on campaigns for about 50 years at different capacities, but he served in the legislature for 15 or 16 years.
Absolutely.
So you've heard some stories from back in the day, because I have not.
Well,
Interesting.
We'll have to get together after this.
yeah, we'll regale you with some
Interesting.
things.
There's debate about which side won which election, which slate. And
Cool.
He was on the majority side, but I think of head to head, I've always joked that I think I would whip his butt if we went head to head. And of course, he laughs and doesn't think that's the case either. But anyway, we've had fun with that.
Who's older, Doug?
I am.
You're older
Yep,
by
I'm older and wiser. I think I'm about a year older than him.
Okay.
I'm 39. Jack's 38. So we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
So you were in the state legislature in the House for quite some time, did a lot of good, and then you were there 8 years because they have a term limit.
yes,
So you came back and I guess wondered about what would be best for you to serve, and you turned out to be a county commissioner now. And when did you get elected to that?
in November. So November of 2022. I had no aspirations of going to the Senate. So I think my Tallahassee days are probably over.
Gotcha.
But I enjoy the county commission a lot. It's a lot different going from 119 colleagues to 6.
Oh boy.
And the sunshine laws of, not being able to talk to each other is a lot different than Tallahassee, because in Tallahassee you can work your bills, work your projects, and here you can't. Yeah. We can just pretty much say, "Hey, how are you doing? How's your family?
Right.
Good to see you."
You can't say, "Hey, scratch my back, I'll scratch your legislation," or things. Right. Understood. Now, there's also a huge difference. The state legislature meets only certain times of the year. What, 2 sessions?
It's the legislative session, 60 days long. The committee meetings start probably 4 months before, 3 or 4 months before the legislative session starts.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in Tallahassee probably 5 months out of the year.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And then if you have special sessions, it adds on to that. And when you're there, it's a lot more intense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the county commission is, of course, year round, but the duties are spread out.
Gotcha.
And so it's, you know, there certainly are stressful days and stressful times, but it's not, you know, week after week grind like the legislature is.
This is a 5-day-a-week job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morning to afternoon.
Yeah.
So, and that does give you more time to get things done,
Right.
and to contemplate things and come up with ideas. So I can understand that completely. And the salary's a lot better. I mean, you know, we might as well be upfront about that. And that's a good thing too. So right now, there's a Republican majority on the commission, and it had been under Democrat control, you might say, for a long time, many years. How is that working out? Are you all still pretty much working well together as you had before?
Yeah, I would say 80 or 90% of the issues are nonpartisan, and then the other 10 or 20% of the time we get our way when push comes to shove, and you know, those times are fun. You know, for instance, when we had our strategic planning meeting, there was a sentence in the mission statement that talked about Pinellas County pursuing progressive policy. And I knew what they were trying to get at by using the word progressive, but I just said, hey, we need to change this word that alienates half of or more than half of our residents.
Right,
so we, you know, got our way on that one. And after the meeting, I found out that another county commissioner, another Republican county commissioner, you know, tried to get that changed a few years ago, and it didn't go very far because, you know,
didn't have the votes.
He didn't have the votes at the time.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's just different things like that, you know, now, you know, when it comes to appointments, we'll probably win, you know, on different boards and, you know, things like that. But we're approaching budget season, so that will be interesting. And that starts, our budget hearings are in June. We have all-day budget hearings starting in June, but we'll start getting briefed and start having informal meetings later on this month, I believe.
Gotcha.
Are the meetings open to the public?
Once we have hearings, they are. And I believe even the all-day ones that we have in June are open to the public. That's when like the constitutional officers will come and present their proposals. Because even our work sessions are open to the public.
And are they televised?
I believe so.
Okay.
Now, you also, everybody has an aide, correct? You have a full-time?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
You know, I go back just for a moment, too, on one thing you mentioned. That was the word progressive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a misnomer because conservatives can be progressive as well.
Right.
You know, it has the word progress in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was wrong to say, well, these people who have this philosophy are progressive and these people who have a conservative philosophy are not. Because in the actual definition of the word, it really sort of gets clouded.
But I think it's one of those words that's been hijacked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's now a synonym for liberals.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
See, I didn't understand it either, but I didn't want to sound stupid. So.
But anyway, that's fine.
Okay.
So what does a typical day entail?
Well, since we can't talk to each other, we have a lot of meetings with the county attorney or the county administrator. We'll have meetings with the assistant county administrator to talk about different things. So today I had a meeting on some affordable housing projects with the head of that department as well as the assistant county administrator. And, you know, calls with different folks, meetings with different, I don't want to say like interest groups, but different like constituent groups.
Yeah,
and
constituents.
And constituents, things like that. Every day is different. Some days are more fast paced than others. And then on Thursdays, we usually have our work session where we'll talk about different topics to try to see that will possibly come up to see where people are at. And then we also go over the agenda for our Tuesday regular meetings.
Gotcha.
Your office is in the Pinellas County Courthouse?
Yes,
down
ma'am,
there
downtown Clearwater. So
Okay.
all of the folks going to the beach for spring break pass by our office.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
How's that work as far as getting into your office? You have to leave earlier than usual?
Yeah. Interesting thing that I learned is in March, they cut back a little bit of our meeting schedule because of the traffic. So then I use that as an opportunity to remind my colleagues that the TDC money, which is our tourist development bed tax money, should stay in Clearwater since that's where the majority of it's raised,
Right.
instead of always going to places like St. Pete.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
And of course, for people who don't know, the Sunshine Law that we've talked about, it states that the elected officials cannot confer back and forth about issues relating to the government.
Right. Yeah. On issues that are before the board or may even come before the board.
Right.
So issues like, the Rays, the Phillies, different developments, things like that.
And of
So
course,
what's the point?
the point of it was the reputation back in the day where the Democrats, they were called Blue Dog Democrats, controlled the legislature.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of talk about backroom deals. You do this, I'll give you that. There was talk of people on the take, et cetera, et cetera. So they went to the other extreme, pretty much, of allowing people to talk to each other about anything, to making it so that they only can talk about how's your family, where are you going on vacation this year,
Gotcha.
not about business.
Right.
Okay.
And so we, and that's why, sometimes when we're at meetings, we'll sometimes be caught off guard by, what somebody else says, like, oh, well, I didn't know,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how you felt.
Hmm.
But it makes the job of the county administrator, pretty important, because he also can't say, hey, so-and-so told me this, so-and-so told me that,
Mhm.
because that's also against the law. But he can, make recommendations one way or the other, or, things like that.
And also, we were talking about bed taxes. And I had somebody come up one time after we did a show and talked about it, and they said, how do beds pay taxes? and sometimes, we welcome listeners,
Yeah.
no matter what their level of understanding is
Yeah.
relating to civic issues and the government.
Yeah.
And basically, why don't you define that?
Well, it's a tax that is paid that guests pay at the hotels.
Mhm.
So theoretically, it would be a tourist paying that tax.
Gotcha.
And I believe it's also collected with Airbnbs in Pinellas County and things like that.
And that's very common all over the world, pretty much. If you go, and what happens is when you pay your bill, let's say you pay $100 for a room, you might think, well, you just pay state taxes, but they add on to that a penny or two or three, and those pennies are all
Right.
situated or scoped for different things. And this way, tourists are actually paying for more tourism
Right.
instead
And-
of residents having to do that.
And so that money can't be used.
Earmarked. Yeah.
It has to be earmarked for tourism projects.
Right.
And so 60% of it has to be used for advertising to get more tourists. 40% is used for capital projects related to tourism. And that's something that I actually brought up at our meeting last week to maybe adjust that formula, because I don't think we need to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to try to recruit tourists when every year we're breaking our own records.
The hotels are full.
Right,
The
right.
restaurants have
But
wait lines.
But we can use that money for beach nourishment.
Exactly.
If the feds are not going to help us.
Exactly.
The Rays theoretically could ask for part of that money. The Phillies could ask for part of that money. Several years ago, the county commission used that money to give to the Blue Jays for their spring training. The Dolly Museum, for instance, places like that.
Yeah, when you have a big rush of cash, you don't want to just, hey, let's just blow it.
Right.
It's the same thing as a personal, your personal finances. You might want to allocate it wisely and not waste it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what you're doing.
And, you have to weigh each ask and each project by their own merits. And just because you have the money there doesn't mean you have to spend it.
Absolutely. What's the contact info for people who'd like to know more about the commission?
clatvala@pinellas.gov is my email address. I'm on Facebook and Twitter. My Twitter is COM Chris Latvala. I actually was hacked around the holidays.
Oh, lovely.
And I could not get my Twitter account back because they couldn't verify that it was me.
Oh, my.
I was sending them my license and all that. So I had to create a new Twitter account. So
it's COM Chris Latvala?
Yeah, like Commissioner Chris Latvala, but COM Chris Latvala is my new Twitter account. And then Facebook is just my name, Chris Latvala.
And you spell Chris the traditional way.
CHRISLAT, V as in Victor, ALA.
All right, Latvala, LATVALA.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, Chris, now we're going to subject you to our infamous Make a Choice game.
Well, I would just like to say congratulations to your Hurricanes on a successful basketball season.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a hurt and a help. I'll take the shot, but it is nice. They've never made, and he's talking about the University of Miami basketball team, which has never been noted for its basketball. They were a great baseball They actually were dominating baseball back in the 80s and 90s for years and years and years.
Would you have rather have lost in the semifinal round or go to the finals and lose to FAU in the finals?
That would have been tough to let Owls beat you.
Yeah,
exactly. But no, they did get to the Final Four, which was quite an accomplishment. They lost rather handedly in their playoff game. But you win some, you lose some, and maybe next year they'll be better. They'll be able to recruit more. So, Kelly and I are going to mention a series of 2 items, and you choose your favorite of the 2. Okay? Kelly?
Awesome. Sir Lancelot or Robin Hood?
Robin Hood.
Okay.
I like that.
Emeralds or rubies?
Rubies.
Do you have both? I don't either. All right.
Milky Way or Snickers?
Snickers.
Most people say that. I'm a Milky Way guy.
Oh, I love Snickers.
I don't know what it is. This is one that's dangerous here. Blondes or brunettes?
Brunette. Well, I have to say brunette.
You have to.
You'd be in big trouble because your fiance is a brunette.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Salsa dip or queso dip?
Salsa.
Okay.
Kelly likes queso.
I do.
Yeah, I do too. Hilton or Holiday Inn?
Hilton.
Yeah. I can go along with you there.
Billiards. Who calls it billiards?
Well, pool, but pool has a different
tennis?
meaning.
Pool.
Okay.
All right. It's a tough one. We always leave for last. Brace yourself. It's a little embarrassing. You ready? The Florida State Seminoles or the University of Central Florida Knights?
Always the Knights.
Yeah. Chris is an alumni of the University of Central Florida, and it's a great school. I used to live in Winter Park in Orlando and know the whole thing well. So thanks a lot for being on the show. It was always
thank
great.
You for having me.
It was very informative. Glad you're doing so well in your new job title. Keep up the good work, and we'll be seeing you soon for all kinds of reasons.
Absolutely. Good seeing you.
All right. We'll be back after a few short messages, but first see if you know the answer to this. We already asked this one. How did Pinellas County get its name?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had the other one on Pinellas.
We'll test people on their knowledge.
Yeah, let's see who remembers it.
Yeah.
Whoever remembers the correct answer of this will get a $25 dining card.
Woo.
So feel free to call us. The number is
727-441-3000.
There you go. We'll be back right after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
In 1955, the law firm now known as Perenick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes made a decision. Instead of taking whatever cases came through their doors, they decided to focus specifically on personal injury. 64 years later, the law firm is one of Clearwater's longest-running personal injury firms. Available 24 hours a day with offices in Clearwater and throughout Tampa Bay, they're ready to put decades of experience to work for you if you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or injured due to someone's negligence or recklessness. If you feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or unsure about your next steps after being involved in an accident or after a loved one sustained serious injuries due to someone else's negligence, call Perinick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes at 727-796-8282 or online at usalaw.com. That's 727-796-8282 or online at usalaw.com. Non-attorney spokesman.
Shop the largest selection of Guy Harvey apparel, artwork, and gift items at guyharvey.com. From the world-renowned marine wildlife artist, the Guy Harvey online shop features the latest in performance apparel, classic Guy Harvey t-shirts, decor for every room in your home, exquisite ocean-inspired jewelry, and unique gift items, including custom merchandise not available anyplace else. Browse an extensive catalog of original Guy Harvey works of art and a full range of beautiful reproductions. As with all Guy Harvey merchandise, a percentage of sales benefits the ocean conservation, research, and education work of the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation. The Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation will help ensure that future generations can enjoy and benefit from a well-balanced ocean ecosystem. Bring the undersea world into your everyday life at guyharvey.com.
Do you know what a truly special blog is? It's a website that's rated as one of the best in Florida, chock full of fantastic articles, humor, videos, and hundreds of cool pictures. So what blog is creating all that buzz? It's colorfulclearwater.com, a blog on the internet created by Kelly Kelly. In only its second year, ColorfulClearwater.com is gaining in popularity every day due to its original writing and original videos and photography. It's updated several times per week with fresh content and includes everything about the color, culture, and vibrancy of Clearwater's citizens and businesses. Even though it covers just one city in Florida, ColorfulClearwater.com nonetheless is already outperforming blogs promoting tourist destinations and major sports teams. Hey, see for yourself. Give a visit to ColorfulClearwater.com and make it your source of enlightening insights and entertainment. That's ColorfulClearwater.com.
These days, amidst supply chain issues, staffing crises, and rising energy bills, it's not easy to be a successful entrepreneur in Clearwater. For many, financial fears have led to sleepless nights. On top of that, many more have employees and customers that they're trying to protect and reassure. A monumental task when they themselves are struggling with burnout. We're all experiencing a lot of intense emotions. So where can you find safe harbor? At Amplify Clearwater. Amplify Clearwater is your Chamber of Commerce, and the name says it all, to make Clearwater larger, greater, stronger. Here you'll find like-minded members who are seeking opportunities to learn from each other, to collaborate, network, support, and do business together. Every business owner's goal in 2022 is to grow their business. If you need help, your friends at Amplify Clearwater are here for you. Submit your application today at amplifyclearwater.com/join.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Thanks for listening to the Kelly Kelly Show. I'm Kelly Kelly. I'm here with my better 7/8. How's that? 7/8. Doug Kelly. He's the brains behind this operation. I'm the beauty.
Got that right.
So let's see. Before the break, Doug asked, how did Pinellas County get its name? And the answer is Pinellas is derived from the Spanish words Punta, you know what?
Punta Pinal.
But we asked people to call in with the answer.
Yeah, well, measuring point of pines. That's what that meaning is, point of pines. That was the meaning for it. It was discovered in 1528. And did we get any callers? We probably didn't give any. No.
We didn't get any callers for that $25 gift card.
We didn't get any notice for that. So that was our problem, our fault. So we're going to introduce, we have two guests really, but they're connected also. And we're going to actually speak first to Carolyn Cavallo Veltri. No, I misspelled Cavallaro.
Carolyn. That's why I go by CC because everybody trips out. It's Carolyn Cavallaro Beltry.
Gotcha.
Carolyn Cavallaro Beltry. testing.
right.
Hello.
All right.
And Emil.
And
I'll give you a heads up.
Emil Veltre is also here, and we're going to be talking with first with CC. She likes to go by that, and she is with the Bay Area Concierge Association,
I am.
and is also a realtor.
Yes, I'm a couple of everything. So by trade, I am a concierge, and I work at a luxury condo building in Sand Key called the Meridian on Sand Key.
Mhm.
I have my broker's license for 27 years, but I'm technically not practicing. And I am the event chair for the Bay Area Concierge Association,
Mhm.
which is a local nonprofit that educates hospitality on what's happening here in the Tampa Bay area.
Very nice, very nice. And you came here by way of New Jersey, I believe.
That's
if
correct.
memory serves me
Yep.
correctly. Tell us a little bit about it, how you arrived in Clearwater.
Okay, so grew up in Queens, moved to Hoboken, lived in Hoboken for almost 30 years. Came here once with Emil to a wedding. His brother was getting married. Stayed at the Mandalay Beach Club, looked around and said, this could replace my 5 a.m. garbage truck. This was 2011. And then the next thing you know, Sandy happened in New Jersey. A year to the
that's
day,
right.
just about. We signed a lease. We were on a truck in less than 60 days in 2013. And now, can't believe it's 9.5 years later, we're
Wow.
here. Best move we ever did. People living in the North love the North. I will always be a New Yorker and a New
Sure.
Jerseyan at heart.
Sure.
However, can't beat Florida.
Yeah, I hear you. You've done a lot of traveling, been a lot of places. That's for sure. And now let's talk to your better 3/4 or half,
Yes.
and whatever fraction you want to
Better
say.
everything as
Okay.
far as I'm concerned.
Emil Veltre. And Emil, you have a nickname as a realtor. What is that?
It's the real estate pharmacist.
Okay. Why are you called a pharmacist?
Well, I am a pharmacist by trade.
Uh-huh.
I've been a pharmacist for quite a long time. I'm licensed in 3 states, New York, New Jersey, and Florida.
Uh-huh.
And I was working as a pharmacist. I worked for in corporate America. I was running the electronic prescribing division of a major corporation. And then they decided to cut that out, and I lost that position. And I started helping pharmacists buy and sell pharmacies, and I covered the East Coast of the United States.
Right.
And I tried to sell a pharmacy in Florida. And I was always interested in real estate. I've done some investing over the years, and I had gotten my real estate license out of pharmacy school, but after being in pharmacy school and my master's program, about 8 years of college education, I got my license in New York State in real estate. And that was the year that New York State decided that I had to go back to real estate school.
Oh, I see.
And I decided that I wasn't going to go back to real estate school after 8 years of higher education. So jumping ahead, I was helping pharmacists sell pharmacies, and I tried to sell a pharmacy in Florida.
Right.
And as it turns out, you need a real estate license in Florida.
Oh,
and
I
I was
see.
threatened with a lawsuit. And that was in 2009. So I said, okay, let me go back and get my real estate license. And I was on the fence right there. Do I continue in the pharmacy field, or do I go to real estate? And after I helped my first family buy their home, I was hooked.
So you're back into it.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
so
I
you're
was doing it full time, so he had a chance to see me. I did it full time in Hoboken for 18 years.
Mhm.
So,
So how is the real estate field?
how's the market right now?
How's the market?
I enjoy helping people. Right now, with the interest rates have gone up tremendously
Really?
since last year. And we bought our home in 2021. We were at 3.35, and now it's over 6%.
Wow.
It had gone over 7%, and I was anticipating to go much higher. And now my mortgage experts are telling me that it should be heading down.
Okay.
So, but we'll see. You don't know.
Okay.
Nothing's written in stone.
Gotcha.
So right now there's a lot of issues with people trying to afford real estate.
Yes.
Okay.
Prices have gone up tremendously due to COVID over the last couple of years. We were estimating about 25% of people that were moving in the United States were moving to Florida.
Mhm.
But I heard Bay News 9 had a segment about a month ago on 4 out of the top 5 master plan community sales in 2022 were in the state of Florida.
Oh my gosh.
And out of all of those sales, 46% were in Florida and 30% in Texas. So that 25%, I think, is a little skewed.
So how do you help people? Let's say somebody wants to buy a house. What questions do you ask them? What price range they're looking for? Obviously, location, whether they have children. What factors into that when someone's calls you and say, "Hey, can you help me get a place to stay?"
Well, number one, I try to figure out where they are in as far as lifestyle.
Right.
Do they have a family? Are they retired? Where do they need to be as far as a location from if they like to go to the beach, where they work, where their children are going to be going to school. And even before we look at price, we have to determine if they're paying cash or if they need financing. If they need financing, then we have to get them pre-approved with a local lender. I like to use a local lender because they know the market better than these national companies. And then we can determine what they can afford.
Gotcha. And then you check off all those boxes, and then you start looking for the inventory of places that might be for sale. Right?
Yeah, we start doing a search. And however, what I like people to do is to drive around the areas to determine what fits their their family lifestyle.
Is there a lot available?
Right now, there's about 2,000 active properties in Pinellas County, and only about 164 in Clearwater Beach.
Well, not a lot of inventory.
No.
Really?
But hopefully that'll change.
Does that include condos, townhomes, and houses?
That's all of them. But when we look at it, the number of sales that I saw over last year and this year, the sales are pretty about the same level. It's just that the number of properties that are available have jumped. So last year, the active properties on the market were a lot lower. And that's why the last couple of years, that's why we see all the frenzy that was going on and the overpaying for prices, overpaying for houses.
What's your contact info for someone who would like to?
Well, you can search me, Emil Veltri, the real estate pharmacist online. My telephone number, direct cell number is 727-667-5592. And my email address is emil@therealestatepharmacist.com.
He spells Emil, E-M-I-L.
Right.
Thank you.
Because we go through, and pharmacist, you probably like me, you'd have to look up and spell it. Every now and then I'm like, how do you spell that again?
It's not like amyl nitrate. It's amyl with E with an A, not an
like,
A.
That's how you pronounce it.
You pronounce it like $1 million, like Emil. That's how I remembered it. But it's E-M-I-L, like almost like Emilio. Anyway, it's a whole. That's why I go with CC.
And Veltre is V-E-L-T-R-E.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, if people haven't got something to write down, they can just remember Emil.
And it's also on the
Veltre.
thread. So if you go on Facebook and you look up the Kelly Show, which we'd like you to do.
And I've typed it all in there.
Show.
Yeah.
She types it all in. So we met online in New Jersey. We've been together 16 years now. We decided to get married after 7 years of dating.
All right.
Within the 60-day move.
Oh boy.
So that we would just be official. And we're like a dynamic duo. Realtors have to know what's happening.
Sure.
In hospitality, because all of the people that come here, the first thing you do is go to the beach and go, I want to live here. And the second thing, the first thing they do is they go, I want to live here. I want to live on the beach. The second thing they do is go, well, where do I go? What's happening with restaurants and so on? So Emil's a member of the Bay Area Concierge Association, so he can be educated and he can better educate the people that are moving here. So it's been a very good connection, and the two of us are a good connection. He is my better half. He deals with my crazy. He knows my stuff, and
and he puts up with it.
He does.
Okay.
He's the calm, and I'm the wild. Except sometimes when that flips. He's my realtor. He sold me our condo. He did, and he's not. He was very, very good. That's all I can say. He's very caring and he's very kind, and he's not pushing to make a sale. And that's why we were both very successful in real estate. We really believe, how do we help?
Low
how
pressure.
do we help? How do we help the person? What's good for them? We've talked a lot of people out of buying real estate rather than buying it if it wasn't the right thing for them. So
Well, that's the kind of realtor I want.
Right.
trustworthy.
A trustworthy realtor. That's
And he goes
honest.
above and beyond. He doesn't stop until he gets the job done. He does things, and I'm like, "You really doing that?" And he's like, "I can't sleep unless I do." So.
And
That's
the Bay
awesome.
Area Concierge Association, you have some events coming up, do you not?
Oh yeah, we've got some. Tomorrow night is Smack My Axe. If you want to smack an axe and throw one, I love that.
That's
I love
AXE,
that.
right?
AXE,
Okay.
brand new in St. Pete. It's on the Bay Area Concierge Association web Facebook page, and then there's also a Bay Area Concierge webpage as well. We are doing our Sugar Sand Preview. We are so excited. The Sugar Sand Festival in Clearwater Beach is back.
Yes.
As of Friday. It'll be here for 3 weeks. And we get a preview on Thursday. And Lisa Chandler and Carissa Chandler will take us around and show us what's happening before anybody else gets to see it.
Wow.
Imagine Museum is next on the docket for April 19th. In May, we're going to do on Cinco de Mayo, Biro de Mayo, with our friends at the Clearwater Jolly Trolley. We're going to do a tour of breweries, and Starlight Majesty has welcomed us back on June 8th for a 3-hour dinner, premium drinks, entertainment, for hospitality, for our membership and our fundraising drive. So we're very excited about that. We plan on doing something personal and intimate for one of our members, or one of our board members that put a lot into our organization, Wendy Barmore. They're having a big service in Dunedin, a big event for her on the 22nd of April. We're going to do something small and intimate as a remembrance. And then we also have Red, White, and Booze. They're new friends of ours. They are hosting us in St. Pete Beach in July. And we just keep rolling along. We've got some really cool things happening. And if you don't know us and you're in a hotel, or if you're guest services, you should know us, because we'll help you to help your guests bring more people back.
Or a restaurant.
Or restaurant, any kind of venue.
Sure.
Aquarium, limousines, drivers, attraction, anybody that we're all concierge in one way or another today.
Doug
And the
I
more
are
you
members.
know, right, exactly. And that's how I met them.
Yeah,
right.
we're members of
we're
BACA.
members.
Yeah, they're
Yep.
members of the Bay Area Concierge Association. Our education is second to none. And we need, we like your support, and we want to help you, because the more we help you, the more money you make. And that's really what the bottom line is.
I also want to mention that today is Free Ice Cream Cone Day on Clearwater Beach at Ben & Jerry's, also a member
Yes.
of the Bay Area Concierge
Yes,
Association.
Rita Besser, Book with Rita, is one of our people. She was here last Monday.
Right.
So that's where we're going after the show. We're going to get our
You're
ice
going to
cream.
get your ice cream.
We're very
That is
excited.
up
Ice
until
cream
8
and
p.m.
real estate.
Yeah.
So, and as I said, his education is just, it's right. What have you gotten?
Yeah,
and plus the concierge
You
connect
have
with
a
him.
you have a kindergarten equivalency diploma, right?
Right.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right.
He's
That's
studied
up
hard to
until
come out.
8 p.m. only.
Right,
Well,
till 8
today,
p.m.
yes. And I don't think it's only Clearwater Beach. I think
It's in Tampa as well.
That's
It's
it.
every
It's Ben and
it's
Jerry's.
every
It's
Ben and
everywhere.
Jerry's in the U.S.
get out and get
So,
your
yeah.
ice cream,
Yes.
people.
Very
So-
good. Very good. All right, that's pretty cool. Well, what's the contact info for BACA?
BayAreaConcierge.com, or you can check us out on Facebook, Bay Area Concierge Association. We're on Instagram. We're in LinkedIn. I'm CC Veltri. You can always email me at CCV as in Victor, ELTRE 1215 @gmail.com. Throwing it out to all of my people out there that are working really hard during spring break. Thank you so much for everything you do for everybody that comes to our area.
Well, great. You are the dynamic duo. There's no doubt about that.
And I want to thank Cece and
Oh,
Emil
yes.
for these beautiful Easter lilies. And over here we have a little chocolate bunny.
That's
Well,
right.
chocolate for him,
Yes.
flowers for her,
Yes.
and real estate pharmacist backpacks.
Hey,
There you
yay,
go.
yay, yay.
All right. Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
You
Yes,
always
thank you very
bring us wonderful gifts.
Yes.
And well,
very
tell
nice.
us about what's new with you guys. Anything real quick that you want to share, or something we should know?
She's expecting triplets.
Yeah, right. Well, it looks like I am.
I'm not talking about poker hands. Oh, okay.
I was going to say.
No, everything's fine with us. So
Good.
we're trying to work on a trip to Alaska and the railroads up there, do an interior wilderness railroad trip. So that hasn't quite gelled yet.
Materialized. We've got to get a.
So we're working on that.
Yeah.
And other than that, we just like hanging out with our dog, our little Pitty, Amber.
We see you guys. And not only that, but I will tell you, Kelly has one of the top blogs in the state of Florida. She's number 30.
Thank
She
you.
just put together a whole list, a lot of what's happening for Easter. So if you're looking to get your reservations in for Easter, you can check her out on our Facebook page and also at Colorful Clearwater.
Thank you for that.
It's true.
Wonderful plug. Doug never plugs me.
Wait.
I got you.
I wouldn't
touch that one.
I wouldn't touch that comment. Anyway, well, it sounds like you got a lot of good things going. It is a very, very active group. And one of the super benefits is getting to know yourself so much more about your community. Obviously, a concierge need that. But even the associate members like us, it opens our eyes to all that there is out there, because we have friends and relatives and people forever coming. And so we're sort of non-licensed concierge in that regard. Everybody is, word of mouth. But in any case, it's nice. Emil, one more time before we go off, give us your contact info again for people looking to buy, rent, etc.
Emil Veltri. My telephone number is 727-667-5592. And my email address is emil@therealestatePharmacist.com. And as CC says, E is in Edward, M-I-L, at therealestatePharmacist.com.
He's got some great vacation rentals too.
Oh, nice.
I have vacation rentals. I do have one property on Island Estates right now. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhome that is in the village on Island Estates.
Lovely.
It's a really nice townhome. And if you have any questions about it, please give me a call.
Super, super. And again, give us Baca.
Bay Area Concierge Association. Bay Area Concierge Association, Facebook or bayareaconcierge.com. Concierge, CONCIERGE. For some reason, my spell check doesn't seem to really want to spell that for me. But anyway, as I said, we're here we help people. That's really what we do for a living. We raise money for like Feeding Tampa Bay and other charities. We're a nonprofit, and that's what we do with besides our business expenses. We give the money away to people that need help, and we try to support our local community and our people that are in need any way we can. Yeah. So if there's some way we can help you, or if you want to know something, I have people come to me, where can I get a food truck? Where can I get a musician? Where can I get this? Where can I get that?
Right.
We're so well connected that we can help hospitality with all of that.
All right. Well, that's super. It's been great having you guys on the show again. And now it's time, Kelly, for us to wrap things up. So what's our verse for the week?
Verse for the week, 1 Corinthians 13:13. And now hope. These three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love.
And I leave you with this wise saying: common sense is like deodorant. The people who need it most never use it. In behalf of Kelly, Ed Davis, and myself, please keep in mind that we're here every Monday at the same time and station for another hour of the award-winning Kelly Show.